Happy new day. How are you? It's not a rhetorical question. I want to know for real. This video, I want to talk about like why I realized being authentic is so important, you know? And it's even more important because they preaching all this formulaic BS. So if you come out being yourself, you already stand out from you just not wanting to conform to be anybody else. Because like only you can do you. For real. It's only one you. It's only one-on-one, to be honest. And motherfuckers, it just feels very formulaic. Very formulaic. Like, where's the real humans? Where's the authenticity? Like, trying to hook a viewer in for 3 seconds, keep their attention. Gotta do this, do that, thumbnails first. I'm like, oh. Honestly, I don't want to have viewers that's not willing to listen to what I have to say personally. And you know what I'm saying? I don't even want to consider them viewers because, like, we watching each other. We viewing each other. So, this is really a community. You feel me? But it just, it gets a little difficult, a little diffy. Because it's hard not to, especially when you're going on them, like, how to grow your YouTube channel. All they say is, like, make sure you start your thumbnails first. It's giving gimmicky. You feel me? It's like, yo, when you have a real personality, because we all have one. But when you have a personality that you're willing to share and be vulnerable with, and you're willing to allow criticism for the people to weed all the people out, because you're gonna, I think what's really stop people from being their true selves online is the fact that people can be cruel behind the keyboard. And that makes sense, you know. People will say anything behind the keyboard because they have that sense of power. But I think it's important not to let that, the instance of some low-life loser possibly having some critique on you, or constructive criticism, because we don't recognize that sometimes just because it's negative don't mean it's not warranted. We acting like we always do and think perfectly. Like, no, sometimes I need some criticism. Like, somebody sees the video like, oh, I would recommend doing this. I'm like, okay, I'll listen to it, because I am not in an echo chamber. At least I try my hardest not to put myself into one, because with these algorithms, it's hard not to, because they feed you what you want. They feed you what you like. That's a whole nother video about AI and my philosophy on AI, right? I don't necessarily see this bright, glowing future with AI and now, like, and we working with, no. But I will say this. From person to person, it is so imperative to live your truth. My pops always told me this, and it's like, you know how it is when you have like older people tell you something and it's like, okay, yeah, I hear you, but what do you know about what I'm talking about? It's like, I really thought I was different. I thought I wasn't one of them teens that think they knew everything. But it's like, I didn't think I knew everything, but that's like, I thought I knew everything about my worldview, like about what's going on. I thought I knew everything in terms of context. It's like, yeah, you may know something, but that worked for you like 60 years ago. You know what I'm saying? When in actuality, knowledge, wisdom, that's just timeless. Learning how to conduct yourself, learning how to live in your truth, absolve shame, and step into your power. With great power comes great responsibility. To whom much is given, much is expected. That is fucking timeless. That's gonna be here. That was here before I was here, then that's gonna be here after I'm gone. Long gone. So, you know, it's very important for us to tap into our genuine selves and be okay with expressing that, and even be okay with having negative receptions to ourselves, because your job isn't to be likable, isn't to be agreeable. Your job is to be yourself. And honestly, the way I'm starting to see it is, you're kind of weeding out the people that's for you and who's not for you. You feel me? Because obviously the people that's leaving hate comments and stuff, they're not the people that's meant to be in your circle. So why are we putting so much onus on them? And to be honest, the people that actually take the energy to leave a hate comment, they may be thinking what 100 people already thought. So it's okay to take criticism, and it's okay to also categorize it as, this just comes to territory. It just comes to territory, right? When you put yourself out there, you kind of put yourself out there for other eyes to see. Ooh. You put yourself out there for other eyes to see, for other people to judge, because what people need to recognize, and I think this will take away all the pressure from being judged, is motherfuckers that's really happy in their lives, they don't judge other people, because that takes away from you. A very judgmental person, I bet you 10 out of 10 they're judging themselves. They're judging themselves. They're not happy with how they are. They're not happy with the way that they're living. Because I'm telling you, real, honestly fulfilled people, it takes away from you to be hateful. Let me just say that. It takes away from your energy to be hateful. Because a lot of times when people are hating on you, it's to feel some type of self-satisfactory void within themselves, within their heart, you know? It's to replace something. It's to replace an emptiness that they feel within themselves. That's facts. I can speak from experience. I mean, I've never been like an internet troll because I think that shit was always lame. I don't care what age you were. I always saw this shit as like a stamp. You know what I'm saying? It's like every action that you do, internet or not, it's like a stamp with your personal signature. Side note, I'm gonna go off. Hey, you can call it a rant or not. Me and my sister was talking about this the other day. It's like people would have like tweets of them resurfacing when they was like 20, 22, 23, and them saying some real vile stuff, and they'll come back and be like, you know, I was young, I was dumb, I didn't know what I was thinking, I'm a different person now. It's like, okay, maybe you changed, but it's like, bro, even when I was fucking 14, I never converted my hurt and hate to other people. I never thought about, let me go online and just start bullying people because I'm hurting. It just never occurred to me. Let me just go like start hating on dark-skinned people or like hating on certain race because I'm hurting. Like, just, hey, all I'm saying is in you. You already had to have that in you, first of all. But at the same time, we are in the world with so many different type of archetypes, so many different type of people. Read the 4 agreements. I think it is 4 agreements. I read that. It's funny enough, I read that when I was in my dog scooping job. My ass really thought I was finna do like a come up story and be like, look at me, I'm scooping dog shit, look where I'm at now, like face ass. But I was listening to a lot of audiobooks, a lot of podcasts, a lot of mental things. Bro, you're gonna start, if you don't value self-growth while you're in these type of robotic ass jobs, you're going to fall into being a robot. Wake up every day, do the same thing, go to sleep, hate your job for the rest of your fucking life, and keep doing that shit till you die. Fuck that. Cause it's like, what's the point? What's the point? I might as well be dead if I'm living like I already want to be dead. So why not just do what the fuck you want? You're gonna die anyways. That's the way I see it. It's like people think of death in a grim way for no reason. It's like we don't take life seriously, nearly serious enough for the way that we fear death. Nearly. So I'm like, yo, y'all so scared to die, y'all not taking your life seriously at all. I'm talking to myself too. But I'm not really scared to die, but I recognize, like, I'm scared of, not scared, but it's like there's a fear of me not accomplishing what, one, I was called here to do on earth, and my purpose, you know, my calling to be the glue that connects people. And bro, it's so funny how the universe works, because I would have never guessed that I would have been somebody that would connect people together. But I always had an intuition feel like, one, I could talk to anybody. Because when you have a wide range of knowledge, or at least awareness of every area, you can talk to anybody about anything. Even if you don't know shit about it, your curiosity is a way to talk to people about shit. You know what I'm saying? People like to feel like they're experts. So all you gotta do is ask them questions. And, hey, so it's so funny how the universe works, because I would have never considered myself being a glue and a community leader and that shit. I would never. Because I was like, yo, I'm not a very social person. But I think this came from a defense mechanism. I was not a very person that wanted to be vulnerable. Even now, I still struggle with being open and putting myself out there. I mean, that's why I'm taking this video. I'm filming it in my car, but I know I'm gonna release it to the public, and who meant to see it is gonna see it. And that's the first step. It's taking intention to put yourself out there. What's your intention, and how are you acting on that intention, right? Because intention is like one part of the step. Intention doesn't absolve you of the effects of your actions, but it also helps your heart and your mind be at one. Because I think it's a dichotomy. People will be like, well, I didn't intend to do that, and then don't acknowledge the result of their actions, or they acknowledge the result of their actions and don't acknowledge the fact of their intentions, right? So it's both. You got to acknowledge both, because we in our inner world and we're in the outer world at the same time. But our outer world is a reflection of our inner world. It's a symptom. So that means it has more onus over it, but obviously most of our actions are unconscious. 90% of our actions are unconscious, subconscious, so we aren't even aware of most of the shit that we're doing. But that doesn't take away from the responsibility on us as an individual to learn ourselves, and if we don't know ourselves, to study ourselves, to seek help, guidance, all that. Why do you think you were on earth? It's a genuine question. Why do you think you're here? You beat millions, billions of trillions of cells here, or you already beat the lottery race. I think we be forgetting, like, you realize you was up against millions of fertilized, potentially fertilized sperm. You beat them all out. Millions. You beat them, and you're here now. And then for us to get here and then not take the fucking lottery that we already run from being here for granted, because it just feels so real. I get it. It feels so real. We like, damn, I'm here, but it don't feel like I'm here for a reason. And it's easy to feel like that, especially when you're comparing what your desires are from the inner to what the expectations are from the other people are. But that's the whole point. You gotta choose. You gotta make a choice. And that's the choice I'm making now. It's like, am I okay with conforming to the system even for a little bit? Or would I rather just like venture off on my own? It's sacrifices you make in either turn. Every day you're making a sacrifice, so you can't get every fucking thing. You cannot get everything you want, without sacrificing and recognizing cognitively that you're sacrificing something else. It's an opportunity cost. Why do you think it's a whole phrase? It's an opportunity cost. You listen to NBA Youngboy? Okay. But yeah, I just want to get on here and talk about staying true to yourself and not buying into the gimmicks. People don't want gimmick shit unless you're a fool. Like, fools want that. But like, do you really want to cultivate a community of fools? Me personally, I want people that don't have an attention span of a goldfish, that genuinely want to make the world a better place and recognize the way to make a world a better place and to change it is by changing ourselves from within. Because from within, it radiates from without, and woo about, shit like that. Let that wind speak for me. I'm good. I swear. Some real shit. Y'all better listen to the wind. Anyways, I'm leaving it at that. It's Jay the OCA. Overcover agent for conscious and constructive change. And I'm out. And if you feel what's in my heart, you'll resonate with it. And if not, it ain't for everybody. Obviously, like, this ain't for everybody, and I don't want this to be for everybody. So I'm leaving it at that. Y'all be good. Y'all be straight. Happy it's a new day, and make sure to be grateful for what you have right now. Please be grateful. Gratitude is the attitude. I say. Y'all have a blessed day.